After having a very lengthy stay in theaters, Elemental has finally arrived on home media. Hey everyone, Joe here from the Collection Company, and welcome to our Disney and Pixar Elemental home media unboxing. That's right, the 27th film in Pixar's history. I want to say it's 27. I'm counting my wall right now. It is, yes, it is the 27th film made by Pixar. The first original story back in theaters since 2020's onward. Here it is, now officially on home media. Well, actually been a while, but you know what I mean. But yeah, here it is. I was really much a slow burner on this film in general, where for me, this film came out and I was kind of waiting to see it with someone, like the right person or just with the right group, and it never really happened. And I heard very mixed things about the movie, where like, you have people that really love this movie, you have people that really were like meh on this movie. And considering the fact that like nowadays with me, it's like if I'm not going with someone to the theater, I'm just gonna wait till it goes on home media. I know that's not really, you know, if you're gonna try and support a movie in theaters and make sure that it has a very successful run, you really want to support it, you know, at every avenue if you can, including what it is in theaters. So me saying that isn't really going to help out that much, because I'm the reverse of that. I literally just said the opposite of that. But yeah, but here it is. I waited a long time to see this movie, and after seeing it, I kid you not, I honestly think I'm really kicking myself for not seeing it in theater. It was a really good movie. But you can check out my review over on ActionX after the theater, so go check that out there. But here we are. It's another home media run. It's the first, again, original thing out of Pixar in a while from theaters to home, rather than Disney Plus to home. So it's great to see that. Also, sadly, with just the way this film came out when it came to physical media, because, you know, right now, if you talk to anyone, yeah, the physical media industry has taken some big hits, so it was a little bit difficult for me to pick these two up. Elemental, I picked up fresh from Best Buy when it was originally released. DVD, actually, I came after the fact, because I was like, well, I could try and save a few bucks and wait, and I want to say, yeah, I did end up picking up Elemental for a pretty affordable price, cheaper than MSRP, but you know how it is nowadays. But as always, let's get to it. Let's go into Elemental's home media showcase. So starting off, we have the DVD itself. Elemental, just Wade, Ember, and their families kind of just waving to the audience. Hey, welcome, welcome. Please go pick up our film, because we really need the support right now. That I actually do like. It's very simplistic, very much like welcoming, very much like for kids. It's like it gets your peak curiosity. You have very colorful character, very Elemental characters. I was gonna make a pun on this. So speaking of the logo, mind you, go into the side profile for a bit. It is very unique. It's very stylistic, definitely trying to balance the four elements that are in the film. So I like it per se, I really do. It's a little bit, I guess the text font, it kind of gives me some Sesame Street vibes for some reason. I don't know, this is the way I'm looking at it right now. Like, again, like someone would say, like, how does this remind me of Sesame Street? These are two completely different text fonts. Like, I don't know, my brain be weird sometimes. It really be weird. On the back, you get to see Wade and Ember together, some shots from the films, one review, and actually a bonus feature. Well, bonus extra, you get the commentary, which I'm like, you know what? In this day and age, you don't really get too much of that right now. So you know what? I'll take it as a win. Inside, you get the usual paper goodies, the Disney Movie Insider Club, and actually a disc with artwork printed on it. Wow. It's been so long. It really has been. Like it's mostly been gray discs for a long time out of me. But in terms of the DVD, which is also the same as the Blu-ray, which I'll pop up right here, they're the exact same thing, same exact cover. Obviously, you're getting some more special features on the Blu-ray. So technically speaking, if you really want the more value for just the cover art, yeah, you could go with the Blu-ray version, but if you're only merely to pick up the DVD version, definitely the DVD is just the safer bet for you. That's just how I view it as is. But yeah, DVD and Blu-ray have the exact same cover. Just the Blu-ray, you're going to get more special features on that, as always, with that one, as well as, you know, being 720p higher than the 480p that DVDs are, which, again, it's only drilled in my head because of George. I always blame George for everything nowadays. Now, of course, as I mentioned, DVD and Blu-ray are the same thing, so I'm not going to really show much more of the Blu-ray here. But then going to the 4K, there are three distinct 4K versions. Ironically, one that I'm a little bit surprised it exists by, but not currently right now. So the first 4K, so first of all, just to be brash here, for some reason, Target does not own a 4K version of this. Like, usually, like, considering the fact I've only done unboxings for, like, either Marvel, DC, or Pixar films. Apparently, Pixar does not have any 4K versions in Target, but you can pick up an exclusive, lenticular Walmart 4K version of it, which is Wade and Ember sitting on a bench, which was one of the other promotional posters for the movie. This does include almost the exact same special features as before, which, again, is a little interesting, mind you, because, like, again, like, I know Walmart and Best Buy, well, back, before the changeover now, where like now Walmart has all the Steelbooks at the time, and you know how things are right now, it's a bit of a weird thing to grasp about, because like usually it's like, yeah, we've seen it before, but like, I've never seen a Pixar movie get a 4K version at that exclusive retail. I don't know, maybe it's new because like I didn't pay too much attention in the Pixar lineup, especially when it came to turning around Lightyear. That was kind of a different how we formatted those differently, so I didn't really take a big look at it, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, no, Elemental, in terms of that, I actually find that to be really unique. It's a particular case, meaning that when you look at it, it has like one of those like holographic looking things, if I could explain that. If you've seen it before on DVDs or Blu-rays, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But it's kind of like, you get this like weird like 3D-ish effect, so you definitely get something else to look at for the thing itself. So it is a much more attractable case. I never really liked them per se, because like they feel a little too weird. They take up an extra inch on the shelf, so I'm not really a big fan of those, mind you speaking, for that one. Now the next 4K version is the Disney Movie Club exclusive one, which honestly I didn't even know was the thing, and then I did later now research on it, and I'm like, oh shit, there's actually more versions of that than I was expecting, to say the least. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess once again, I was not aware of it. And also, it's paywall behind the Disney Movie Club. So you can only purchase it via the Disney Movie Club, which is now officially, like, if you don't get it at launch, that's basically, you're not going to get it at all. So with that one, that is just, I think the teaser poster with Wade and Ember, just like kind of in a way meeting each other in the theatrical marketing space, if that makes sense to me, personally speaking, if that makes sense. I really don't know. Otherwise, it has the exact same features as the previous 4K version. So you're not really getting much of a details of all. So this wasn't a unique case where it was available in Disney Movie Club. I don't think so anymore. Usually it's kind of like you get it at launch and that's basically it. Now you just have to buy it on eBay and such like that. So that's kind of a weird thing for me personally to say, where like, if you really want this specific version, which honestly between the two that I talked about, while I'm not a fan of the lenticular stuff, I would get the lenticular case over this one. This kind of seems like a little bit more bare bones, so to speak. It kind of like, it didn't seem like they were putting much effort into it there, which I'm like, I kind of get why they weren't doing that, but at the same time, it's like, well, if you're gonna pay wall something, you might want to put a little bit more, a little bit more care into that. So that's the only thing that I'll just mention there, personally speaking, on my opinion. Then you have now the Steelbook, which is the 4K Steelbook that was originally only available at Best Buy. So front cover aside, I'm going to say this much. I think this is the best version of all the Elemental home media. I just love this cover where like, it's just, I know the DVD and the Blu-ray one are all very like, wanting to like focus on like, hey, you, the viewer, come to us, go watch our film. This one was like, nah, we're just focusing on the love story here. We're like, these are two very much like a Romeo and Juliet story where like, they shouldn't be together. They should not be together, but at the same time, it's kind of like something you can't really deny. You can't really ignore that, so to speak. And also, I love the colors on this. It's very vibrant. It's very much popping, mo to speak. Like, definitely whoever did the color design for this world and for this movie definitely should deserve a raise on that front alone. We already know the side profile, the spine on that front, and then over here we just have a little cool like logo where like it's an emblem between Ember's fire and Wade's water. Honestly, as much as this is very simplistic, I do really much like it. I don't know why. It's just something about it where like it's the unity of the two, which I'm like, you know what, I'll go with this. I'll go with this, mind you. Inside we have the paper again and more printed discs, and this one's actually a little bit different though. One is same thing like the DVD cover, and over here it's ironically the 4K. So at very best, Disney loves to reuse their assets. They really do. And on the inside you get to see the scene where Wade and Ember are exploring Elemental City's fire town together from the movie. Again, I'm not really a big fan when it comes to these like this. I really am not. I like something a little bit more different where like both sides are kind of important. It's just kind of like it feels like empty space here. Like I would love a reason for me to take out the disc, but this being like, okay, you know what, it is what it is. But I do really like this scene from the movie. I really do. So this being picked out for the inside, I'm not really totally against that, mind you. Now over here we have the J card as per usual, and this is going to be the last one. This is going to be the last one to have this Best Buy logo on it, because if you're unaware at the time of this recording, Best Buy is officially out of the home media industry. They are out of the Steelbook industry, so going forward, Walmart will have it. So when we come back here for Inside Out 2 later this year, it will be with the Walmart logo, which again is going to be very interesting to say the least. Which again, this it's all Disney, all like the studios, they're designing the Steelbook. It has nothing to do with it. Walmart is just being the provider to have this exclusive product, but at the same time, it's going to be weird to have the Walmart logo on there going forward when like you've had almost all of every Pixar film up to date so far have that Best Buy logo. And then on the J card, it's basically the same exact copy as the DVD, the Blu-ray, the 4K, basically everything. But this one, in terms of special feature, which is labeled as the Blu-ray bonus extra. So again, because remember, the 4K disc only has the 4K movie, and the Blu-ray does have the movie on it, as well as the special features, depending on what the quality you want on there. So for the bonus extras, you get Ember Away, which is a little featurette about them. Next up, Element City, focusing on Element City itself. You get the commentary, some deleted scenes, which again, when it means deleted scenes, it's basically just animatics that they cut out of the final version, most likely voiced by the actor, but never really made it to the full final film. And this does come with the Carl's Date short, which was released alongside the movie, which again, which is the, I want to say, the last installment of the Up series, because you had Up, then you had the Doug Day short film, the Doug Day shorts that came out on Disney Plus. So this kind of completes the trilogy of Up products related to that universe. So that was a very, very well done short. So go definitely check that out there if you really want to. So definitely kudos to having this on there. So at the end of the day, in terms of the entire home media outline, it's not the best. It really isn't. I definitely will say that it's just, you know, it's just kind of like just the sign of like, yeah, you could tell like they weren't putting that much effort into it. I was looking back up to Turning Red, the last original story out of Pixar, and that had a couple more special exclusive editions. This being kind of like you get either DVD and Blu-ray that look the exact same thing, or the basic 4K, which is only available at Walmart. Then you have the other 4K that's only available in the Disney Movie Club, and then you have the 4K Steelbook, which is only available at Best Buy, and Target kind of being left out a little, which I'm like, again, it's nitpicky. I know it's a business decision. It ends up doing what is more financially viable. You know, is the physical media space still there for people to own it? I do understand all of that to a certain extent. It just comes to the show where like this was a little bit unbalanced for me personally speaking. So that's kind of my only critique on that one. However, what I will say, at least, despite, you know, my discovery of there being now exclusives on the Disney Movie Club, I'll definitely be paying attention much more on that going further in the future. The DVD and Blu-ray just having the same cover art, I think it's a little lazy, to be honest with you. The 4K, the lenticular edition is a cool thing. I really respect that. Disney Movie Insider could have done a way better job. But my money is, if you're going to spend any money on owning Elemental on any of the home media devices, it would be the 4K Steelbook. I think it's the better presentation. It's the better cover art, the best back design, just everything about it. Just, you know, it just shines. It just like is a much more like the metal on the Steelbook perfectly gives you what the film is about in a way. Like you can see the story's message, and it's, you know, the connection between these characters in the actual Steelbook, which again is a little weird to say, mind you. Like it's like every other version kind of seems like it's just promoting the movie itself, which I know is the point of home media, but like when you're putting extra money into Steelbooks, because like Steelbooks are the most expensive versions to buy for a home media collector nowadays, that definitely there being something more to the actual Steelbook itself is very much appreciated, mind you. Again, I'm not a big fan of the inside, but I'm usually a critique about that sort of, like I critique about that for every movie I freaking seen and reviewed by this point in time. But for me personally speaking, if you're going to put any money on anything, the 4K Steelbook is the winner. It is definitely the one you're going to get the most out of. It definitely is the one that is like the best example of this whole media series, which again, it's okay. It's not the best, but definitely there could have been much more room for improvement, even though like I know the film had a very tricky upslope with its box office and everything and its critical run. I definitely do believe this was one of the better films in Pixar's recent films in history that I'm thinking of right now. So definitely they should have put a little bit more balance to this one, but I think it was serviceable for now. Speaking, let me know in the comments below what you think of Elemental's home media run. Which one did you pick up? Which one is part of your collection right now? Would love to know and talk to you in the comments down below. This has been Joe here from the Collection Company. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more cool unboxings such as this one. Please go check out our ActionX's official movie review on Elemental over on After the Theater. So go check that out there. There will be a link in the description below. But until we see each other again, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Be good to each other. And as always, peace out.